I know that was gonna happen. How y'all doing? Big boy Bello. Oh shit, I'm trying to get this thing where you want me to. It's at it again. Back at it again, big boy we Bello. It's been a while since y'all seen me, I know. I think I made a video last Saturday. I was in California. Shit, let me see, can I reposition this phone? Whoa! This one ain't nearly as good. Not so good as the other one. I'm trying to get this thing for all my followers. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just not coming out of California. Everything that could have went wrong in California probably, well, kinda did. Kinda. Oh, but that's a little bit better. That's the best I can do, folks. Yeah. I saw it in California late. I missed it at the appointment and shit. And like, I didn't start coming out there until like Tuesday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. I'm on my way to Denver, Colorado. Denver, Colorado. And from there, I thought them boys would have a little mercy on my behind. That don't seem to be the case. From there, it seems like I'm going to Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon. I did get my first paycheck this morning. Yeehaw! It wasn't as good as I wanted, but hey, better than nothing. I'll tell you one thing about this company here, which I'm struggling to try to get used to and shit, right? Because their operating system is, you know, to me it's kind of like somewhat challenging. If you can make some money at this company, I'll tell you that much. Now, you ain't gonna make that good old New Jersey money, but you're gonna make some pretty good money. You can probably make $80,000 without much effort. Without much effort, you can probably do $80,000 a year. And if you put in a lot of effort, which I can only make $22,000 a year. I can only make $22,000. Once I make $22,000 in the calendar year 2025, I have to resign. Otherwise, Social Security is going to kind of like penalize the hell out of me. So I might as well just make that $22,000 and keep it moving. Maybe I come back after. I go to the Philippines, hang out there for a year. Maybe Madam Honeybun let me come back in the year 2026 and make another $22,000. Maybe. Yeah, boy. Anyway, it's 4 o'clock here. 4 p.m. here in Mountain Standard Time here in the great state of Wyoming. You know the thing about Wyoming, right? About 10 years ago, I was driving the truck across Wyoming. The trailer was kind of like empty, really. It was empty. I was going to Fort Collins, Colorado, to pick up me some B-E-E-R, beer. To take that beer to El Bajo, Texas. From there, they was going to take it to Juarez, Mexico. Anyway, the dang gonna win was up so high. I know it was kind of high, but I ain't thought it was that damn high. But you never know, really. the wind pushed me over. So the truck turned over on my black ass. That was a hell of a ride. I swear that I wasn't the only one that day. The wind in Colorado was so bad it knocked over 8 trucks within a 6 miles radius. 8 trucks. Damn, police came there and wrote me a ticket. I was saying like, damn man, why you write me a ticket when the wind knocked me over? He said, well, you should have got off the road. What some horse shit. But it was what it was. Anyway, like I said, that was like 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. Water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. The wind ain't that bad right now. The wind is probably about out of the west, maybe the northwest, maybe 10 to 15 miles an hour. If the wind get up to gusting at about 40 miles an hour, yeah, you might want to pull over. Don't let the dang on dispatcher tell you, oh yeah, you can make it. These dang on dispatchers out here love driving your truck. They love driving your truck in that nice climate control office that they work out of, them cubicles. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Anyway, since I last did a video communique, I'm sure many of y'all know I lost my father. I used to talk about my father from time to time on my YouTube channel. And my father dealing with his illness and all that stuff, you know, which is associated with being old because my father's 86 years old. Well, actually, not quite. My father missed 86 years by 60 days. Our father, now I always use the word our because I don't claim my father. Just me. My father got a variety of kids. Every one of them appeared to be healthy. One of them did die a couple of years ago. My brother died about 5 years ago. It was 4 or 5 years ago. The youngest one, as a matter of fact, born in 1977. I believe he was born in 1977. He died in 2021, I believe. Anyway, I sure hate that happened because that guy was about as nice as you could imagine. His name was Mark. Very easy to get along with. And he loved our father, I will tell you that much. He invested a lot of his time, effort in providing for our father. But that was that. I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, Mark got a daughter. She's probably about 16 right now. And boy, she loved her father, and he loved her something. You could see the magic between these two. You could see the bonding between him and his daughter. I know she missed him. I have to apologize for the sun hitting my face at these perpendicular angles and stuff like that. But yeah, we lost our father over the weekend. And all preparations are being taken care of now that they're laying to rest, which will take place, I believe, Monday. Monday, which would be, I believe, I'm not sure, 18th if I'm not mistaken. So they lay our father to rest on the 18th. And that'll be the end of that chapter. Essentially, that'll be the end of that chapter. I'll have to conclude that we as a family are relatively relieved with this fact that, you know, that this burden has been lifted. And we understand that this is part of what life entails. So we're very honored and happy to have the opportunity to have our father all our lives. I mean, in my case, all 64 years of my life. And as I stated on my Facebook page, I was able to spend more than 80 days this year in the presence of our Father. Ideally, which is magical. Our Father was certainly a man of great character. If you didn't take the time to get to know our Father, then you have missed something. He's the most knowledgeable person I ever know. He didn't have an academic education, but his wisdom was like far beyond average, far beyond anything you would expect from a person who's not academically sound. But like I said, we're going to go and put our Father to rest, and we'll move on with our lives, and he'll stay in our memories essentially. You know, my sister called me Sunday night. I was in California. Must have been about midnight, I imagine. And she told me the news. And I said, oh, okay, well, I mean, we've been waiting on this moment for quite some time now, and it came. And I said, okay, well. So I went back to bed. And I'm telling you, an hour later, I was absolutely convinced that I had a micro stroke. A micro stroke. I was convinced that had happened to me. Yes, sir. Now, because after that happened, right? After my sister informed me that our father had passed, I got a shock wave. It was like a rush, like a blood vessel, a rush of blood or something that penetrated to the top of my head, to my brain. And I never seen anything like that before. I had no idea what it was. The first thing that came to my mind was, oh my God, I'm having a stroke. And the pain was excruciating, I have to, admit. And it was like my head started spinning out of control. Everything went out of control. I got dizzy, as you can imagine. My vision was like non-existent. And the spinning, now it only lasted about 20, 30 seconds, I imagine. But that was the longest 20, 30 seconds of my life. I was absolutely convinced that I was suffering a stroke. So after about, the 30 second expired, and getting close to a minute or two, I was able to get myself together. And after about a minute or two or three, I could see that situation dissipating, and I was returning back to normal. And I said, man, I must just had a stroke. a micro stroke, which is a medical terminology, which is a medical factor. Micro strokes is real. And I really didn't know what to do. I was finally able to get back to sleep after about 30 minutes or so. Woke up the next morning, I was in shock, man. I was saying, what the hell happened to me? I mean, my vision pretty much returned. I didn't have any more dizziness and any of that stuff. My blood pressure may have been somewhat elevated, but I was trying to figure out what that was that came over me, man. I'm still not sure. Still not 100% sure. Well, I went to bed Monday night. I was in the bed asleep. And I remember turning from my left side to my right side. I just like you sleeping on your left side and you turn over to your right side. When I did that, bang, it came back. I said, oh shit, it came back. But it only lasted this time like 10 seconds. The whole thing, that whole episode repeated itself. But I could feel like there was something in my head that like, I was thinking maybe blood. Like blood was in my brain that was moving from one side of the brain to the other side. Or something like that. Wasn't really sure. But like I said, this one only lasts like 10 seconds. So to get myself together, went back to sleep, blah, 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 blah. Tuesday night, I realized what it was. I realized Tuesday night, it happens when I when I move from the left side to the right side. Or it may be like from the right side to the left side, it might occur. But I was moving like for the most part from the left side to the right side, and that issue would present itself. So I don't know. I'm doing a lot of Google search trying to figure this thing out. Me and Madam Honeybun, because Madam Honeybun do got somewhat of a medical background. And of course we concluded essentially that most likely what I was experiencing was a, damn, what do you call it? Damn, what do you call that thing? Hell, I can't remember. Good thing I got two telephones, right? I'll go to figure it out. I'm gonna tell y'all what we conclude that what was happening to me. Wee-haw! Honeybun told me to stop yelling so goddamn much. Because yelling is a part of it. Now, if you want to know what happened to me, most likely, it was something. Damn. No, I'm not 100% sure, but who knows? As far as I'm concerned, we nailed it. Oh, a vertigo. 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 V-E-R-T-I-G-O. That is a real condition. A vertigo is a real condition. It's not uncommon, people my age. Essentially what it means is this. Because you're lacking vitamin D, and everybody on the planet is lacking vitamin D. Believe it or not, I looked at some videos concerning vitamin D. It's almost impossible to naturally not be deficient in vitamin D. So that's something you're gonna have to work on. Anyway, calcium forms in your eardrum, calcium. And as calcium forms in your eardrum over the years as you mature and grow old, it creates crystal. It turns into a crystal, like crystal salt or something. And so essentially what can happen, sporadic activity, you know, like maybe you bump your head or something, you know, who knows, you had a jogging in your head or something. It could cause that crystal to break off. And if it breaks off from its source, then it can travel through your ear canal, intercepting certain nerve sensors that's in your ear canal, activating equilibrium and all that kind of stuff, right? Causing nausea and dizziness, and your head spinning like hell, like mine was. Now I know I slaughtered that, but anyway, if you're interested in knowing, you can they got a lot of YouTube videos on it. Pretty educational, I might add, but yeah, that's probably what my situation is. Now last night it was not an issue. It also stated that it is, you know, in most cases not anything that's life-threatening, and you can pretty much monitor it and keep it in check. And not only that, sometime it'll come and then it'll go away, and it might not ever come back again. So I don't know my situation, but at some point in time I'm going to visit my physician at the Veteran Administration, and we're going to have a chat concerning that and see what the deal is. Maybe I get a CAT scan or MRI to see, you know, make sure that I didn't have any damages in my brain, you know, like maybe aneurysm or some shit like that. Who knows? But I'm feeling fine right now. Fine as wine. I'm feeling about as good as I usually feel. I mean, I never feel like an 18-year-old or a 30-year-old. And that's pretty obvious because I'm not 18, 20, or 30. But for a 65-year-old man, I guess I feel halfway okay. If I didn't have this situation in the Philippines, I'd probably work here, man, for like another 3 or 4 years. Hell, rack up that money. One thing I'm not gonna do, now they got me on this load once I get to Denver. They sending my black ass to Portland, Oregon. I really ain't got a problem with it, to be honest with you. But I tell you one damn thing. I don't know what the weather condition is going to be in the next 8 years. I should be in Portland and out within 6 days. I hope there's no snow in the forecast over the next 6 days. Because I am running the Mountain West. We call it the Mountain West. And if anybody tell me to put some snow change on, I'm gonna punch him in the nose. You better not tell me to put no goddamn snow change on this damn truck. No sir, buddy. Anyway, let me go because I'm telling you, somebody's gonna call me shortly. Somebody's gonna call me shortly and it's gonna mess up my video. My video. Yeehaw! Honey Bun said, stop yelling because that shit is what's causing your problem. Which I probably agree. But I'm so used to doing that shit, so maybe I'll chill out with it. Anyway, y'all tell everybody, y'all know I said hello. See you down the road. Y'all be good now. You're here.